Remember Amalek, a wisdom commandment, not religious theater. The mitzvah to remember Amalek does not work like a simple slogan. It operates as a complex wisdom commandment. Most people read Devarim 25:18 in a flat way. They assume the phrase, "and you did not fear God," points at Amalek. But this reading collapses under scrutiny, because Torah Musar targets shame. Torah Musar targets restraint. Torah Musar targets moral accountability. Amalek, by definition, rejects that whole category. So the phrase "no fear of God" becomes pointless if you aim it at Amalek. It describes nothing. It teaches nothing. So we ask the harder question: who does the verse actually rebuke? Here the Zohar and Midrash Tanchuma push a different frame. They describe Amalek attacking those outside the clouds of glory, those who stood outside protection. Midrash Tanchuma Ki-Tetzai. 9 places the attack on the stragglers and the vulnerable outside, and your claim sharpens that idea. You identify that outside group with the Erev Rav, those who cling to foreign customs, those who dissolve covenant identity from inside. So the phrase, "and you did not fear God," stops pointing outward and starts pointing inward, not at Amalek, at the internal vulnerability Amalek exploits. Stop quoting righteous Gentiles as religious rhetoric. Now we hit a common distraction. People throw around the line, "The righteous of the nations have a share in the world to come." Fine, but that is not the real issue here. The real issue: Amalek has no share. That difference matters, because the entire Remember Amalek mitzvah teaches Torah curse Musar, a warning about what happens when covenant identity dissolves, and the outside predator strikes the weak link. And yes, there is a primary early source that explicitly states the righteous of the nations line. Tosefta Sanhedrin 13 includes the formulation about righteous Gentiles having a portion. But you refuse to let people weaponize that as feel-good religion. You say, focus on the category Torah condemns, the category that loses its portion, and the internal category Torah rebukes. That brings us back to the verse. "And you did not fear God." Your claim: that phrase cannot describe Amalek. It must describe the internal category whose behavior creates vulnerability. Primary sealed sources versus statute